Hello everyone, welcome to tonight's live stream. We are live doing a retro remake of Day of the Tentacle. This year we are doing Day of the Tentacle, which is an old-fashioned point-and-click adventure game. And if you're a big fan of point-and-click adventure games, this is a great tutorial series to follow, as it will cover a lot of basic concepts that are very common in that genre of games. But yes, we are back and ready to rumble. I just came back from vacation, so I'm ready to get going. Yeah, so hope everyone's doing okay. The thing we'll be looking at today is I think we're going to look at the radial menu type setup they have. So at the moment we've got our things appearing on like a list from the side of the screen, on this side of the screen. So I'm going to change that now to a radial menu, because if you look at Day of the Tentacle, they use a radial menu to pick an option. Okay, and that's what we're going to try and do. And radial menus are typically asked quite a lot about how you actually achieve these. So I thought it'd be a good idea to try and break down how these sort of things work and yeah, what you do with them. So let's jump in and take a look at where we're at and what we'll be doing. So as per usual, if you have any questions you want to bring up about what I'm doing, I'm not explaining something well enough, please do say so in chat. I'll happily explain it a bit more in a lot more detail. Currently, our game looks like this, and we've got the three characters that we can swap between, like so. We can move around, interact with things and people, talk to them, and get items. We can view our items, our inventory. We can use those items and create that. And the thing we're going to be trying to do is change this left hand menu here to the radial menu design. That's what we're going to try and do today. But this is where we got up to so far, and they can go off and do stuff. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to break this off into a separate sort of level, a separate sort of section, so it's clean, easy to explain without everything else getting in the way. So whenever I'm working on a new mechanic, I tend to break it off into its own development map that I can work on, keep things a bit nice and easy to follow. So we're going to create a new map here, and dev menu map, and open this up. I'm going to put a fan on. Let me know if it's too loud and is annoying. Hold on. Let me know if that's annoying, if you can hear it at all. It gets very hot in here next to this computer. Okay, so I'm just going to bring in some lights in here. Nothing special there. And we'll just take a landscape in just for the hell of it. Okay. Okie dokie. And I'm going to need paint, because I need to explain how this works with paint. So what we're going to do is I'm going to build it from the point of view of like a whole screen main menu, and then we're going to change it to a single point menu. The reason being, it's a lot easier to explain it with a full screen menu rather than a sort of mini menu type setup they have in Day of the Tentacle. So imagine this canvas here is our full screen. There's a few points that are important to us. One is the center of the map, the center of the screen, sorry. That's important to note. The next point is the mouse cursor, where that is. So let's say the mouse cursor is over here. What you need to do is we need to work out the, not the distance, but the angle between this angle here. We need to work this out, because that's going to tell us what angle our mouse is in relation to the center of the screen. And yeah, and that's all we have to do there. Now the way we work this angle out is through a bit of trigonometry thing. Now if we know the point of one location, which is the center of the screen here, we know another point which is the mouse of the screen, I can get the direction between the x coordinate, these two coordinates together, and get this vector here, this x direction here. From that x direction I can then compare that to this vector, and that can give me an angle. That's essentially what the logic is behind this. So we're going to go ahead and create a let's just do do it as a widget. Radial menu. And inside our radial menu, we're going just to show the mouse. Oh god, hurry. Player controller. And set show mouse cursor. And set input mode to UI for now. Just so we can see this working. Oh, and tick that. Okay. You're welcome, Ken Leo Games. You're welcome. Righto. So this thing I want to tick out that angle position I need to work out. So first up is I want to get the center point of the screen. Now to get that, oh my god, I can't stop yawning. Get a viewport, not viewport, viewport. Get screen. Oh my god, I can't remember what they called it. Pretty sure it's viewport something. Get viewport size. Divide that by 2. There you go, and it gives us the middle point there. And I then also want to get the player controller and get the mouse. Hang on, no, it's on here. Get mouse position on viewport. There you go. Let's get that one as well. Okay. And I now want to get the direction between these two. So I'm going to take from this point. Calculate direction. We don't want that. We want to unit direction. There you go, unit direction. And from we're going to split that, and 2 we're going to split that because we've got 2 vectors here. Going to 3 vectors. We don't care about the Z. So viewport size, we're going to change that to not float, vector. Oh, hold on. Split, not, there you go. X and Y from that. And then this one would be to this. Okay. And we're going to make sure this is going to be working as we go. We're going to do a print string and print out that unit direction there. Oh, I need to tell it to throw up this widget. Hold on. Create widget. Radial menu. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, it's outputting now our vectors between the center part on the screen and the mouse. So if I put it over here, roughly to the middle, you'll see that X is about 1. Yeah. And if I go up, it'll be Y equals -1, Y equals positive 1 down here, and X equals -1 over here. Instead, we're not dealing with anything really. But we're getting that point out of that. We now want to get that and turn that into an angle. And to turn that into an angle, we need to we can do just get rotation. What I can't remember what it's called. No, hang on, what am I thinking of? I want to look at rotation. There you go, that one. So much like how we're doing this, I want to do that down here. So we're going to split that, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. Let me put that out now. So rather than using a vector, we're now looking at a rotator. And you can see here the Y is changing. Okay, just a Y. And it changes from, what's that, negative, well, like positive 180, negative 180, all the way around to 90, 0, back around again. So if I wanted to now break off just the angle that I want to do using this one, I'm going to split that. Oop, hit the Y. And that Y is now going to be the value we want to look at. Or not. Why is it not doing that? It was, oh no, it was your, no. X. Was it doing it? I can't remember what it was doing it as, no? Oh yeah, it was your, there you go, your. Okay. Let me just move this up here. Okay, so we've got the value. Now, I want to convert that value to a fully positive number. Okay, so the rotators are weird in the sense that rotators go from 0 to minus 180 to positive 180 in a circle like that. I want it to not do that. I want it to go around a full 360. And basically what we're saying is I want to convert this, clamp this angle here between 0 and 360. I think you could do it like that. Double check that. No, can't do that. I need to convert it to... I forgot how you convert it now. Hold up, I can't remember how you convert it. Clamp axis, that's what you want. Okay, there you go. So now the value's going from 0 over here, round to 90 up here, and to 180, 270, 360 and 0 around here. So now you can get an angle with your mouse in relation to the center of the screen. We now want to convert that into integral values. So, let's give it that. Now I know that value, I need to know, okay, how many sections are we breaking up in our radial menu here? So, let's say I've got like 8 options. In fact, actually, let's go actually do it properly. Let's go look at our actions that we have available. Where did I put it though? That's the question. Action menu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, we've got 9. So I want to do. Whoop, divide that by value, and that value is going to be. Whoop, 360 divided by 9. So how many sections is it going to be? So if it's going to be 9 sections, how many degrees is that going to be? And then it will work out what value that's going to be like that, and then print that out like so. And we can just trunk that out as well. When we truncate it, it's going to lop off any of the decimal values. And so now the value is going to change between 0 all the way around to 0 to 8, which is 9 different values. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Next. Now we need to convert that knowledge into something visual. So let's make a radial menu visual. Radial button. And the radial button we're going to change from surface to UI. I'm going to get a sphere mask. And we are first of all going to make the mask use the texture coordinate space of 0.5, 0.5 in the center, radius of 0.5, hardness of 100, plug that in and we get a circle. And to now lock that off, we're going to use a vector to radial. So vector to radial node. And what this does is, if we put in a texture coordinate, as the UVs we want to twist around, essentially what you're doing is twisting. So the radial coordinates will now change from what originally were like this into this, or you can have it like this into like just grayscale and linear distance. Now the big problem you have at the moment is that 0, 0 is being treated as the center. We want 0.5, 0.5 to be the center. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do subtract 0.5, put that in there, and now it's in the middle. And we want this middle one here, vector converted to radial. You get this effect. And this effect is quite nice in that it will do a gradient going from the center of the screen right round the other side down to 0. And I can step that based upon a value. So if I done it as like 0.5, it'll only show me half. If I done it 0.25, I'll get a quarter of it. If I get 0.333, I'll get a third of it. Like that. And furthermore to that, if I were to use this in relation to a parameter, so we done divide, and on 360, divided by this scalar parameter, to be sections, so that's 9. Like that. That gives us how many the size of each quadrant is on a 360-degree radius, and then want to work out what that is in terms of a normalized value, because it goes between 0 and 1. So if you take 1 as 360, 0 is 0, 0.5 is 180, and so on, we can now normalize this. So if I take this value here and do change that from 360 to 1, that'll give me the same result as that. So that's a 1/9 of that circle. And if I combine it with my sphere mask I've got over here, by multiplying these together, you get a section like that. Okay? We're making the whole game or just core features? Just core features. Well, I won't admit the whole game. We'll see how far we get over the course of the year. And so we've done like 5 episodes of it, so this is the 6th one. We do 1 a month. So here we're doing the radial menu, and we've got the radial section of slice, but this slice has to move around. Let's be like change. We have to change its rotation and offset it. So we have to give it an ID, essentially what it's going to be. And the way we can do that is we need to basically move the section across to what we're doing here. So this is the section we got. If I multiply this by a value of say 2, you can get double the size. 3, you get triple the size, and so on. But I don't want it to be the whole segment. I just want it to be just the rotated around. So what I can actually do is I can rotate the whole thing. If I do rotate vector, and I want to rotate it This is not how I usually do it. So what do I normally do? We do vector to rotate. Look at vector. No. Don't do that. How do I normally do this? Rotate about axis. Custom rotation. Thank you. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep, that's the one I'm thinking of. UVs go into here. I can't remember if this goes before or after. We'll try that. Rotation center we'll do as 0.5. And the angle is the same thing we got here. No, it goes before. There we go. Okay, so sorry, this won't be the same section. This will be the index. This is going to be. So this is the index it's going to be. So index 1 will be down there. Index 2 will be down there. 3. No, why was it going like that? 6, 8, 9. Ah, no. It's not 1 divided by 9, is it? It is. Hold on. It is. Multiply that by the index that we're in. That's right. So index 1, 2, there you go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There you go. So yeah, so you take the number of sections that you've got. This is the size. So basically the angle, the widget, the size of the gap, and then you multiply it by how much it's going to be rotating around to get that 0 to 1 value. So if you multiply it by the full amount of 9, you're going to obviously get 1 again, because 1 divided by 9 multiplied by 9 equals 1, which gives you the full value. And that's going to come through there. Right, done. That's our radial button. So we just need to give it the index and the sections it has. So sections for us, fortunately in this case, is going to be the same, 9. We don't have to change it too much, but the index will change. So what we're going to do here is also make this translucent. Hold on. Or masked, rather. And we'll put that on the opacity mask as well. Okie dokie. Next, go back to the radial menu. Now we need to pass that through on our widgets. So on our thing here, we should do a canvas panel like so. And then we're going to put in the image that we want it to have. So for example, we'll have an overlay. Center it. And we'll change the size here to, hi Ben, hi Valentine, how you doing? Size of, oh Sebastian, yeah, you got, yeah, same, yeah, okay. 500 by 500, a bit more than that, let's do 900 by 900. There we go. And in here we're going to have an image, like that. And we might fill the whole thing up. And this is going to use our radial button widget. Okay, it's going to do this effect. Now, this is obviously just one thing in here. So you've got a couple of ways to do it. You can have like multiple images that light up as you go around, or you can have just one that's just rotating around on a background image which has got all of them laid out We're probably going to do the former version, have all of them and just mask out which ones we want to be seen and what ones we don't want to be seen. As it's probably better in that case to get that Day of the Technical look of the radial menu type setup they've got. But just to show this working, we're going to make this image here, change the material parameter on that. So on the construct here, we're going to drag out the image. No construct, so tick we can do this on. Because you can get dynamic material straight from the tick. Plug it in there. Set scalar parameter by value. And this will be the index. And this will be like this value you see here. So plug that in there. As you can see, my mouse is now moving around. Now, one big thing at the moment is that my mouse is not lined up perfectly to where the thing is, okay? The angle is off, yeah. And that's because it's treating the left-hand side as 0. Well, I want to treat the right-hand side as 0. So, I need to go back to my calculations over here in my menu. And I need it to... We need to offset the yaw. I want to... I forget what I want to do on this. You want to multiply by -1. No, not -1. No, what do I want to do? I think it's this way. I want to multiply by -1. Then clamp it. I think. No. So that is 1. Still treating that 0 there. I think I need to add on to it, not multiply. Add 180. Okay, and then multiply by -1. That's it. By -1. Oh, crap. That should give me roughly the result I need. Slightly off. Oh, it's off because, yeah, it's off because the graphic itself is lined up with the top half of it. So I need it to. How's best to do that? I need to offset that by a little amount. And we could do that by just rotating it a little bit, I guess. We can rotate it by this by another half. So if I get the rotation angle there, we can add on to that this divided by 2 again. Yeah. So 0 will give, or 1 will give us the midway point there. So that should. Still looking a bit weird. Why it's not. It's not too far. It just seems to drift away from its target. So when I'm moving it around, I'll tell you what I'm actually doing. I'm actually looking at what angle is it actually starting to push it away, and is it consistent? and it's not consistent, because like here's my mouse in this top half, and as it goes down into the bottom half, it shifts. Okay. And then as I get into the bottom half of the segment, it shifts again. But I can get further and further around the segment. And then not so far around the segment. Okay. I actually solved this for Mimic. I should just go back and open up Mimic. Got that. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna load up Mimic while we're here, because I've done it in that, and it's quite late. I'm very tired. I'm just gonna look at what I did, because I already solved it in it. There you go. I got it Mimic. It's something like this, but we basically want it to highlight different ones based upon their section that they're in. Okay, so. And when you click the button, the radial menu, it will like highlight the thing, okay? So we go to functions, and go to override on mouse button down, and here you capture what value you did, and then you spit it out essentially. So event dispatcher on selection made, and this will have an index. And that index, you'll just get whatever value it currently is. So just put that in there, like that. Promote to variable current selection, and then tell this to be handled. The handle just means that it's going to stop the button push affecting other widgets. So just affect this one and stop. And I just need to set that value over here with the truncate. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so when you click the button, it will now output that there. Okay, and I can test that out if I print string here, print out the current selection. Yep. Printing out the values that we have. So yeah, there you go. But I want to turn this into the type of menu that they have for Get Data Tentacle, which is, rather than having one sort of like highlighter that goes around and then you pick whichever one you selected, it's going to have multiple options which are going to be hidden or visible based upon what's available to them. So we need to make or show graphics for each one of these, and I'm thinking what we can do. If I go to flat icons, so flat icons are a cool, useful website, load of icons you can use, so feel free to help yourself to it. But over here, if I get to like use icon, we've got buttons here we can use, so we'll just use this one. It's quite a nice one. Get that. And we'll take a look at push. I should have really just kept them all the same looking things, but never mind, we'll just take this. Let's see if I can get a look, the same sort of style. Just take this one. There we go. And we'll take the use. Take that one. Okay, that'll do. We'll just throw these in here. That one. That one. This one. So push, vision, use, and look at eyes. Oh no, wrong eyes. Wrong eyes. Vision. Oh no, done vision. Look at, push. Okay, that's all I've done, yeah, okay. Okay, so each one of these needs to be inside of this thing here. And we're just going to go give that material. Obviously, you could make your graphics look as nice as you want. Auto dark. I mean, just I mean, you could, yeah, you can just drag it down to here, and it will dock to a window. I don't know if it docks it for every window though. No. I don't know. It might be an option in the editor settings. I'm not entirely certain. I usually don't have it here. I usually have it like on another screen. But obviously you can't see that. That's where I usually keep mine. Okay. For example. Okay. And for each one of these, you want to position them in a place where those icons would be. So, let's say for this one, we're going to have on the far right over here. In that case, we're going to go to our overlay option over here and to center over there. Done. I don't mess about with that too much. This is just for visuals. Like, this doesn't actually do anything. This is just so you can see what option you're aligning these up with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this to have a value that isn't looking at the mouse. We can look at plug into current selection like that. Now make selection here editable. That means I can go in a designer view now, click on the top menu option, and change the current selection over here to 1. Oh, and if I put this into pre-construct, it will update. Why is it? Oh, there you go. 1. Why does that change to 3? Oh, it's because it's using a mouse. Hang on. There we go. So now I can line these up a bit better. Okay, so that's that one there. That one will go far right. We'll go down a little bit. Translation in the Y. Like that. You can also do it mathematically and work out what angle they should be all at, but time and effort. We can just do this for now. Okay, so you got those sort of set up like that. And then, yeah, and then those things represent each one of these, so we can just rename these as well. Image, push. Image, use. Image, look. Okay. Okay, that'll do that. And again, to see that in working, we can move the mouse around. once the mimics load up, I can take a look at what I actually did to calculate the position of this correctly. But as you can see, you can keep the highlighter there to highlight them, or you can make them do something special. Like, okay, we can give them like the ability to expand or change their visibility of them if you wanted to. So if I wanted to do that, I need to make a radial menu option. So rather than using images, I'd use an actual option like a widget. So to do that, I'd go to my user widgets, create a new one, and do radial menu option. And in here, you'd have an image. And the pre-construct of this, your image will be set to a variable, set brush from texture. Just promote that to variable. I make that editable. Like so. And this will have an index on it. So you give it an index value. And when we want this to basically say, like, when the value gets updated, we want to say, if this index matches, do something. Yeah, like change it or animate or change its size or whatever. So on here, we're going to create an event. Selection changed. And part of that will be a input for integer. And if this index equals this index, oh, it's lagging hard because we're opening up two things at the same time now. There you go. Actually, rather than use a branch, we can just do this instead. So if I go to image, set render scale, and from the scale here, we do select icons, highest green apple, and that'll be our index here. So if it's true, we want it to be 1.2, 1.2. If it's false, it'll be 1 and 1. Save. Back on the radial menu, rather than having these images, you'd have in those radial options, radial option in this overlay. And here you can choose the texture we want to use. So go here, use. Oh, I didn't give it the index. Whoops, hold on. Index needs to be editable as well. So back on here, I can say with this menu option, index here will be 0. Okay, and now I'll reposition it as I want. So I'll go back to the thing here, change it to 0. Major menu. We'll just change the size of that in here too. 100. No, we'll have it 200 by 200, wasn't it? There you go. Yeah, so I can just, I might center it like that and then just translate it. Better. Another menu option. I'll change the current section here to 1. And we'll do look at. Alright. Do another one. And we want to push. And this will be index 2. I've got to change the other one. Index 1. Index 2. We can line that up. Okay, so those elements there have their setup, right? And if I want them to update and do that binding, we're going to go into over here where we change the current selection. If the current selection is different, so if this does not equal the current selection, I don't know why it's being so slow. Well, I know why it's being so slow. Mimic's opening. Will be returned to inventory system series to address some of the replication issues. Mainly the client dropping items will not fire in the system. Yeah, I'll get back to that at some point. We've just been going through the action RPG stuff, survival stuff, optimization stuff. There's quite a few things we've been going through lately and recording, but I'll put that on the to-do list to get back to. Yeah, so if the conversation is different, go across to that. But then we also want to say to it to tell the menu options to run their code to say, hey, the selection's changed. In which case, I want to go do a custom event. Selection updated, whatever. And I'm going to get all my menu options out here. And do make array. For each. And we're going to call the selection changed. And that's going to use our current selection value. So as I move my mouse around, these should now change in size when they are correct, or not. Not seems to be the thing. Oh, I didn't plug it in. That's why. Do silly mistakes by silly people. Yeah, when I make the event, good idea to plug the event actually in to that true branch there, like that. Okay, there you go. So as I move it around, it'll like highlight the things correctly. As soon as we work out this problem with the the selection tool, but yeah, okay. Okay, so that is that part basically done, and Mimic is still opening. So once we get on there, we'll figure that out why it's offset too much. But yeah, we can go around and select what ones we want to select. Whilst we're doing that, let's get the other icons up in there. So go back to my flat icon thing. So we have push, we need pull. And we want roughly the same sort of look. Is that roughly the same? Yeah, close enough. Don't sweat too much for this demonstration talk. Yeah, sure, I have that one. What are the other ones we had? Action menu, give. Okay, let me put this on the other side of the screen. Hold on. And go back to this. Okay, so we've got talk, give. We'll take this one. And we've got open. Open, we'll do open door. We'll take that. Close. We'll do close door. Yeah, take that one. Do you know I have an open one with that sort of same sort of styling that we use? So never mind. Pick up. Take that one. Look at, we've got, talk to, got, use, got, push, pull, got. Okay, so that's all of them. Hey. So talking, gift, open door. I think that's all of them. Sure. Okay, so now we've got those in there, we can now keep going with this. So push, might as well do pull next to that. Maybe that one there. 3. Change the render location for this. And make sure that lines up. We're just going to change that to 3. Yeah, not too bad. 4. And we'll do that with talk to. Five. Open. Yeah. Close with this one. The beauty of this setup as well for doing the radial menu rather than the other option, which is like do actual like buttons objects, is that button objects by default anyway can't be anything but square. This ignores the shape. It just means you can click anywhere in that angle and it will accept it. But you can also work out the distance the mouse is from the center as well and make it cancel if you click outside of the circle if you want to, which I've done for Mimic, which you'll see in a second. Duplicate again. This will be 7. And all I got so far. Push, pull, talk to, gift. Do another one. This is the last one. And this one is going to be pick up, isn't it? Did I not add a pickup one in here? No. Did I download it? Oh, didn't download it. Hold on. Ah, I think it's downloading it, that's why. God damn it. Alright, well, ignore that one for now. We'll just put that over to the side here. In fact, I'll give it this arrow up button. It's pretty close to it, isn't it? Okay, and then now I need to add those to the menu option. So back in here, we've got this down here. We'll add all the pins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I'm now spinning that around, they should all like enlarge and shrink based upon that. If it's going to play. There we go. One radial menu. Okay. Next up. Still waiting for this thing to load up. Okay, so next up is to make it so that when the mouse is over a certain distance away from it, it will clear. But for that, we're going to change it based upon the size of it. Now, this is not going to be the full size that we're going to do for the radial menu. The menu is going to appear above options as we make them. So, on this camera panel, I'm going to wrap this overlay, wrap with a scale box, and scale to fit. What? Feel, yeah, that should be right. Change the size of the scale box here to something a bit smaller. It can appear at different locations on the screen. So I'm going to do 300 by 300. Why is that not doing that? I'll tell you what, I won't bother with the scale box then. Hold on. Replace with child. The overlay we should be able to change. Oh no, it's because I changed their positions, didn't I? Ah, balls. What's the best way of doing this? So the problem we have is that I've stupidly, because I moved the translations to these values instead of these values. These are all going to be wrong. So I need to resize these, don't I? Bugger. Okay, never mind. We'll do it. Change that there. I should change them all down here. And I just now need to move. Might actually make them a bit smaller still. Let's do 50 by 50. There we go. I'll just guess them for now. Fine tune it in a minute. So yeah, if I take this value here 0, yeah, 1, yeah, 2, yeah, 3. Let's move that a little bit more. 4. 5, yeah, kind of. Just move that up a little bit more. This one, move across a little bit more. 6, yep. 7. There we go. Okay, there's a little radial menu. So the main thing is that this overlay position is going to change. So position X, position Y is centered around 0, 0. I'm actually going to change the anchor for this to be top left. And the reason why it's going to be top left is because when I get a position of an object on the viewport, it's going to get it measured from the top left of the screen. So if I get a coordinate from a thing in the world on the screen, I want it to be relative to the top left in case of this menu, which is what this is going to do. So we're going to compile and save that. But then the thing that is different about this is that the center point is going to be different. So the center point is currently being calculated by the center of the screen, which is done over here. Viewport size divided by 2. That is not the case anymore. In the case now is the overlay is positioned, because that would be the overlay has got the alignment of 0.5 and 0.5, which means it's measured from the center point of it, not the top left, top right, or anything like that. 0.5 by 0.5. And I can prove that if I were to change the position of this to 0, 0, it will go in the middle there. Okay, so I'm going to go and change this then to the overlay's position. So make that variable overlay, and to get its position, I have to get its position of its slot in the canvas panel. So slot as canvas slot position get. And I don't want to divide it by 2 anymore. I just want to split it and do X and Y like that. Okay. Right, so now I need to make that appear whenever I click on an object to bring up the action menu. So at the moment our action menu is this one. Okay. And I want this to be swapped out for the other one. So at the moment here, this is just doing some basic stuff on here, on talk to, blah 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 blah. I want this to be almost the same, but in this case, I want to swap out the action menu. So for that, I need to do a reference check. The reason I'm doing a reference check is it's easier for me to find out what hell is using it. So I do reference viewer. And when it comes up, Mimic's up now. I can have a look at what I did for the rotator controls. Reference viewer. There we go. Adventure controller. So I go to edit that one. There we go. And on here, we should have somewhere on here the create widget for the action menu. There it is. So I'm going to change the action menu here to the radial menu. Now, radial menu needs to know the actor that we're looking for. So go back to my radial menu. Go to the graph. Actor. Oh, come on, slow coach. Yep. And that'll be an actor reference. Whenever you're building any sort of logic up, as you may have seen over the course of this stream and other videos and streams, you want to take it step by step, like baby steps. So testing things as you go, and just seeing how they work. Yeah, actor goes into there. So back to the controller. I can refresh this now. Actor, hit actor goes in there. Action menu, I can change to be the radial menu. W, radial menu. I'll ask us to check that we're okay with that changing. Yep. Probably give us an error or two here and there. I'll bring that in like that. Good evening, in-game studios. Compile that, find out where the rest of the errors are. In use action. Okay, so here's the action menu. That one could be like that. And we're done. Cool. So the hit actor is going to move on to the radial menu. And the radial menu, we want it to move this offset, this overlay, to that position. So when it's created on the construct event, I'm going to take the actor, get actor location, project world location to widget position. Player controller is the player controller. And the screen position here is going to be set to the overlay. Slot as canvas slot. And then set position. Go there. Now there's a few little things to work out as well that you may want to do, like you want to clamp it so you can't have half the menu hanging off the screen, because at the moment that will happen. But when we bring this up, this should bring up like so and be all good. Right. Yeah. Okay, so, and as I said, we want it distance based. When we click outside of the area, we want it to clear the radial menu. So to do that, I need to work out a distance my mouse is from the position. Okay, so we're going to get this, get mouse position on viewport, and this position here. We're going to take this and put that on mouse button down. We're going to plug that in. And I want to now get the distance between these 2 points. So distance 2D. I can recombine these like that and like that. And now I can say if this distance is over the width of my overlay, which is 300, yeah. So it's total width of it. So 150. Let's say 200. So if it's less than 200, it will do as it should do, and select a option. False though means it's going to remove it from parent. Oh my god, computer, come on. Slow move from parent. There you go. Now we still have to return the node being handled, but that'll clear that from that menu there. Okay, so that should give us that instead. Now the logic for all this stuff is that we're doing this on, give, on, close, actions interface stuff going on over here. So this stuff we also want to be based upon the sections that we've made here too. So let's do that on the menu. So on section made, that's when we get called here, and I want basically each one of these needs to refer to one of these, don't I? Right, custom selection made. Get current selection. Switch on int. Actor. And then we do the stuff we just had. Ideally, I'd have a view of this on the other screen as well, but I don't have that. So use is 0. Then it goes to look, push. So use, look, push. Use. Was it this one? I guess it was this one. Look. Push. Then we've got pull, talk, open. Talk. Open. Close. And then give and pick up. Okay. Let's do that. 3, 4, 6, 7, and then 8. Okay. So yeah, on the button click, then I just need to add that onto it. Section made. Okie dokie. Right, so let's go to our test map to see if this works and what bits are missing. Apart from the radial look at the thing. So let's take a look at Mimic, because I did it in Mimic. Because I can't remember the maths I did. Mimic game. UI. Gameplay. Mimic. Oh, come on. Computer's had a long day. Radial menu. While that is there, we can push play. And if I click on this fridge over here, I mean, I'll get our menu come up. And if I click off of it over here, it won't read it because I haven't made it clickable. Hold on. The reason, why is this pissing off? The reason why that click is not registering is because this has got a canvas panel which is told to let clicks go through. Is it usually slow? My computer? No. No, it's just because we're streaming. Got 2 projects open. And it's hot. It's really struggling now. Fun. Is it not anything gonna happen? Well, whilst we're waiting, any questions from anyone? What we are going there? Hey, there we go. Let's make the canvas panel here visibility visible. It should receive the clicks now. Right. Can I go into the other one yet? No, not gonna let me do that. Fine. So if I go over here, click on, you can pick, and then click off, and it'll disappear. Yeah, cool. What is Day of the Tentacle about? I mean, the story is kind of crazy, but it's point and click adventure game. A LucasArts one. It's a comedy, bit surreal, i.e. nutty game. I just want to fix the damn radial. Come on. It's this calculation over here that I'm messing up. I can't remember what I did. So, I'm waiting for a mimic to open up. Does that UI behavior mend well with any scaled resolutions? Yeah, it should do, because it's viewport widget positions, not screen position. Am I still taking on students? Yes, yeah. It is getting pretty full though. Yeah, get in touch by email if you want private sessions, or go to the website, find more details about private sessions. Oh, it's still loading. Yeah, and yeah, just reach out by email about what you're looking for, and what your availability is, and I can see if it fits in anywhere. But we are getting pretty full, so just check that out. It depends on like how frequent you want it and things like that. Do. Oh yeah, if you sent an email already, apologies. I've just got back from vacation, so I've got to go back through I'm still going back through all the emails. I'll check, and I'll double check spam as well. Sometimes some of them get lost in there. Yeah, kind of, Sebastian. Yeah. A mixture of stress, mental health, and other things. Yeah. Yeah. Essentially, don't go into too much, but yeah, burnout is a real thing. Stress is a real problem. And coupled with typical mental health issues. But I now go to therapy to help me with that, and to help me sort of get myself organised in my thoughts and priorities and things like that. So that helps out a lot. I do recommend people who are struggling with mental health issues to do find someone to talk to, be it a therapist or otherwise. It's obviously a good thing to talk about these sort of things. But yeah. Yeah, there's such a thing as working yourself to death, basically. This thing is just not loading up. yeah, it was a mixture of like work things and private life things, with family issues, like parents and things. But yeah, it's a stressful life. Hey, there we go. There's my mixing. Yeah, that's true. No problem, Sebastian. Yeah, mental health is a big thing to in this career. I mean, in general, I have always had sort of weird mental health issues to deal with, and it's only really recently that I've started addressing them. I should have really addressed them sooner in my life, but I guess it kind of bubbled to the top and got a bit on top of everything, a bit too much. So yeah, I think that was there was a boiling point we hit. Okay, so let me work out what I did here. Oh, mouse frozen. By the way, if you're in London at all, we are showing off Mimic in person at GDLX, which is in Canary Wharf. You can get tickets now. Check it out. But come by, say hello, get some swag, check out Mimic in person. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I did. So I did, yeah, mouse direction from center, clamp axis, right, done that. Round, dividing. Okay, this bit looks, that is the new bit. Okay, let me just bring that across there. So there's the clamp axis. Then I done divide by 360 by line, yeah. So rather than truncate, I rounded. Round. That can't be right. Get the mouse direction. Look at rotation, get mouse position. Yeah, that position. Oh, weird, in this one I didn't actually do any of the multiplying by 180 or -1. I just brought that straight into there. Get position. Oh, it's because I did it the way around, that's why. Donk. Did that there, that there, that there. Then this goes straight to there, don't need to do this weird twisty stuff. And then this division I think is fine, it's just this rounding I did differently. You know, the value's still off, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, I did something a bit different. So, what I did in Mimic for their radio menu in here is that the selector ring it just rotates around. It doesn't actually like change the material at all. So I just changed the render target. Let's try doing that. So I'm going to take the image here, set render angle, render transform angle. To this multiplied by this and then I'm going to add onto that what's it done there? Float. There you go. And then we add that onto that divided by, that gets the halfway point thing that we were talking about. Okay. And the widget, this material, we don't have to do this division by 2, I don't think. Just leave that as is there. Alright, check that out. Still not lining up how we want it to. I mean, that may be just the way the numbering has worked out. So I may have just... we're running out... well, we ran out of time. So I think the issue is that I have messed up and put these numbers the wrong way around. So this is number 1. I think it's actually meant to be the other way around. So that's 0. Then that becomes 1. That becomes 2. That, then 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right, so when current action is 0, that should be there, not there. So, rather than adding that on, I should be taking it away, shouldn't I? Yeah, like that. There you go. There we go. That's the ticket. So now we've got a menu appearing, and I'm going to pick one of the options and click away to close it. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, the issue was, let me go back to that. That was pretty much correct, except for, let me clean this up so it's not too confusing. Okay, so the big differences were that the position and viewport calculations were going around the wrong way for the fine look at rotation. That fixed the weird stuff we were doing after the fact to get it to line up correctly. But the main thing was, to get the section correct, was that I was changing the angle of the image, not changing the actual radial material itself. I was just rotating it around based upon the rotation that it should be using from the mouse input. I'll probably turn it into its whole video cleaned up as its own little thing. And then we're offsetting by half because the material is rendered from the straight line is here on the edge, whereas I want it to be the center of the shape to be the center line basically. So we just offset by negative of the half angle. But that gives us a nice little radial menu. And the beauty of this menu is that it works for, you don't have to be pinpoint accurate with your clicks. As long as you're moving around, it will be fine. And you can also make this work with gamepads quite easily too, because gamepads, the thumbsticks work really well with radial menus for these sort of designs. Excellent. So I just need to make it so I can go to radial menu option and say when the section is changed here, I want it to not here, sorry, on here. I need to change all these around. Oh, that's effort. I won't bother with that. But I've got to change all those around. And then I probably would add a little bit of text to this as well to say what it is that we're doing here. So on the overlay, just have some text in its center. So we do center 14. We'll give it an outline so we can see it against the white of the thing. Like that. And that'll just change the name of whatever we're looking at. So make that editable. And so 0 is going to be use still. Then it goes pick up and then give. So use is 0. Pick up. Give 3. Close. I say I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it anyway, aren't I? There we go. There. It's messy as hell, but it'll get the job done. Yeah, do all that, and then we just change the text to whatever we want it to say. So, set text. This one would be use. There'll be a nicer way of doing this as well. It's just because we've run out of time. Just do that in there. Oh, this is a mess, but it will do the job. Open. If I was to do this properly, I would probably change all this out to be event dispatchers on the actual things and just fetch what the wordage is. So that's pull. This one is close. This one is push. This one's look at. Give. And that'll do there. So we're finishing any moment now. Fruit Fan Fitness, unfortunately. We've gone over a bit of time, but so I wanted to try and make sure I got this done. But that should do it. I'm just going to close the other project because that's going to hog up resources, so we don't need to hog up. But we should be live again on Wednesday for question time. I don't foresee any reason why that wouldn't happen. And then live again next Saturday for probably just a normal sort of session of class type thing. Oh, probably. Yeah, lots of recording to go on. At the moment, though, one of the fun things we're doing at the moment is we are making a whole new Making Your First Game in Unreal 5 series. It's based on the same sort of thing we did with Unreal 4. Different type of game, different layout, different structure, different content, more detail, more challenges for people, things like that. And that's being recorded at the moment. We've recorded about 20 videos for that at the moment. There'll be a lot more to come. But that'll be down the line. Oh, and if you haven't already done so, make sure you sign up to our Game Jam, which starts on August the 1st. The announcement video for that will be available on August 1st, which announces the theme of this year's jam, which is a month-long jam. So you've got until August 1st, from August 1st to August 31st, to get your entries in. You can check out the itch page for Game Jam over there, and just search for Ryan Lady Game Jam, and you'll find it up there. Man, this is taking its sweet time, isn't it? I tell you the theme now. Yeah. What's the best university to attend in the US for game development and on program? I don't know. I don't know universities that well in the US. Yeah, it's yeah. Sorry, I don't know. It also depends on what you want to learn. Depends on what kind of part of game development you want to learn. That's going to have a big impact on things too. Like if you're more into art or programming, technical or otherwise, that's going to have a big impact on who you choose, because they're all going to have different specialisms. The big thing to look at when you are choosing universities is to look at the staffing, look at who's going to be training you, and if they have any industry ties. So do the people who are teaching you have any ties to actual industry that you can get a foot in the door early on, those sort of things. That's what's going to be valuable. Oh, the text box not updating, great. But if I go over to, why is the text box not updating? It should update. Why didn't it update? Oh, it's from section made. That's why I've done it on that. Oh, balls to it. Okay, I've put this on the section made, not on the tick or section updated. This part, the text part, should be on here. I have not done that. I'm stupid. We'll leave it there. But there you go. That's why that wasn't working. But nonetheless, if I go up to the character over here and talk to them, there you go. Okay, but there you go, that'll do. Thanks very much everyone for your time today. Taking a bit longer to get there, but we got there. Hopefully you learned a little bit about radial menus. I'll try and turn and condense all this into some simple shorter videos to sort of summarize how to make a radial menu. But nonetheless, if you want to support the channel and support what we're doing, head over to the Ryan Lady Patreon, where you can sign up for just $1 a month and get access to all our videos. Currently, the continuation of the Action RPG series is coming up there, as well as a load of optimization videos have gone up. Yeah, and a few other things there too. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you on Wednesday for another live stream, and then next Saturday for another live stream too. Good night, everyone. Take care, and all the best. Bye.